I will say, I want to point out how incredibly amazing this is. They called Mar Ukva, right? They said to the person who has the visage, the ziv, right? The Toar Panim, the appearance of Bar Bitya. Who's Bar Bitya? Who's Bar Bitya? Bar Bitya is Moshe Rabbeinu. So we'll say, I just want to point out something absolutely amazing, right? That's this week's parsha. That's this week's parsha. That's this week's parsha. Besides the fact that there was no reasonable way that our Shir, should have gotten to this Gemara, right? In time. I just want to point out how incredible is it on a 7.5-year cycle, that we are able to go ahead and get to this section of Bitya. Bitya was the daughter of Paro, the one, Vatishlach es Amasa, the woman who went ahead and saved Moshe Rabbeinu from the Nile. I say, just so you understand how absolutely overwhelmingly incredible this is, and a tremendous confluence of events. There was also a hostage deal that was signed on Erev Shabbos of Parsha Shmos, right? So Parsha Shmos is ultimately, again, is the story of Avdos. It's the story of servitude. And nestled in that story of servitude is the story of one incredible child being saved. Now that one child was Moshe Rabbeinu. So sometimes like the Ribono Shel Olam tells us, I promise you I have a plan. I promise you I have a plan. Because Chavra, so often like we look around the world and it's hard to see that there's a plan. And it's hard to see that there's some greater machination that is at work. And it's hard to see how all the disparate pieces will somehow, someday, I know it's not going to happen today, but somehow, someday, will come together. And what the Ribono Shel Olam does is he leaves us like breadcrumbs. He kind of just puts things around. And when you take those things and you put them together, then somehow like it gives you the assurance. It gives you the assurance that somehow, some way, in a world that is filled sometimes with so much pain and so much difficulty, that somehow everything will come together. Right? So on the Erev Shabbos, where the Torah speaks about Jews in captivity, right? So again, HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I'm going to bring some of them home. And on the Erev Shabbos, a Parsha Shmos, in a 7.5-year cycle, the Ribono Shel Olam talks about Bitya, the daughter of Paro, who literally, again, heroically saved Moshe Rabbeinu from the Nile. So what do I do with all of these disparate facts? I don't know what to do with it, but here's what I know. I know when I put them all together, what I know is that there is an incredible and beautiful and holy and loving Ribono Shel Olam who is choreographing everything in this world. And that somehow, some way, everything is going to be okay. It doesn't mean that there's not difficulty and that there's not pain ahead, because there is. Because even as we bring home some of our brothers and sisters, so many others still languish in captivity. And what the deal means for the military campaign and recognizing, we spoke about last night in Chassidus, that there really is no one on the other end of the table to truly negotiate with. We don't know what's going to be. But what I do know is that Ribono Shel Olam is giving me breadcrumb after breadcrumb, kiss after kiss, hug after hug, and it reminds me that He is in control, that He is the awesome, holy, and spiritual choreographer, and that somehow, some way, halavai speedily in our days, all the pieces will drop perfectly into place.